On October 1st, former Secretary-General of Japan's Liberal Democratic Party Shigeru Ishiba took over as Prime Minister, succeeding Fumio Kishida. Before this transition, the Hudson Institute published an op-ed by Shigeru Ishiba, titled Japan's New Security Era, The Future of Japan's Foreign Policy, in which he proposed the concept of an Asian NATO. If an Asian NATO were established, how would it alter the global balance of power? Also, could Japan leverage this to become a permanent member of the UN Security Council?
The US should accept a co-governance framework that includes the US, South Korea, Japan, Singapore, and Taiwan, referred to as the Asian mini-NATO. Europe has its current NATO. Africa will have its own version of NATO in the future. All these organizations will work together to govern. The world won't be governed solely by the US and the CCP, but by the US along with other major powers. This is a brilliant move by the US. Establishing an Asian NATO means the US no longer considers China its agent in Asia and then will focus on dismantling Russia in the north, encircling China with a barbed necklace that will strike automatically at any move made by the CCP. Whether Japan becomes a permanent member of the UN depends on how aggressively the CCP behaves on the global stage. As long as I understand how aggressive the CCP is in the world, I will know for sure that Japan will become a permanent member of the UN. The US will tell the CCP when the time comes. The most important strategy for me to curb your insanity is to support Japan's bid for permanent membership in the UN. It is the CCP's insanity that is making Japan a permanent member of the UN. Once Japan is allowed to be a permanent member of the UN, it will be the biggest deterrent to the CCP. The CCP essentially stole one of the 5 UN permanent seats that originally belonged to the Kuomintang, the Republic of China in Taiwan. The CCP's regime is not a legitimate one chosen by the people.